Hey there, fellow nostalgia aficionados. Welcome back. David Eon here in the Open by Chance Vintage Toy Museum and headed into the Media Lounge, where we will be taking a look at the spinner rack. As many of you are aware, we rotate out the spinner rack once a month and change the books that are on it. My wife takes two sides and I take two sides. And I'm a little late right now, a little late with this. Behind schedule, as it were, because of all of the construction that's been going on in the house. Many of you are aware we are currently finishing rooms 3 and 4 in our museum, and those will be ready soon. And then maybe I can get a tour. Maybe I can get a proper tour video. But right now, we're looking at the spinner rack, which again, we change once a month. We put one book, we don't overload it, and we each choose sides. And this time, on my wife's side, she has chosen Classics Illustrated, which has been reprinted a million times. But primarily, she's interested in the earliest possible incarnations of the classic illustrated stories, which is surprisingly hard to find, the early ones. That's Uncle Tom's Cabin, Jane Eyre, and Classics Illustrated was, of course, a comic series that took famous books, novels, and redid them in comic book form to introduce them to children. There's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Again, reprinted a million times, but she always looks for the earliest versions. Man Who Laughs, which is also a silent film. And of course, the Man Who Laughs is the template for DC's Joker. His physical appearance, that is. Count of Monte Cristo. And these are thick. They would have to be. There's only so much you can cut out to cram it down to comic book size or comic book scale. Mysteries of Edgar Allan Poe. That obviously is The Pit and the Pendulum. So Pit and the Pendulum, Adventures of Hans Fall, and The Fall of the House of Usher, which I guess is that. And then Gulliver's Travels, which is a very political book if you've ever actually read it. It makes fun of various forms of government and their failings. Classic comics, not Classic Illustrated. This one is Classic Comics. Then one of my sides here. And I went with Bronze Age horror titles. All #1 issues. These are becoming very popular now. Chamber of Darkness, #1. Tales of Maddening Magic. Beware, #1. Marvel. These are both Marvel. These are going to be all Marvel and DC titles. You've been hunting for a werewolf, fool, and you have found one. Oops. Fantastic artwork on the cover of this. And like I always say, they don't do covers like these anymore. They're all portraits, and then the art inside doesn't match. Black Magic with MODOK. No, it's not MODOK, but yeah, you could say that's retired MODOK. Looks like him. from DC Comics. Excellent detail. Weird Wonder Tales. Marvel Comics again. The Thing That Devoured a Planet, not Galactus, somebody else. Weird Mystery Tales. And again, just look at the striking detail on this cover. You can see the hairs on the arms. A lot of effort. And no computer assist in the art. Vault of Evil, #1. It's like another werewolf. Come midnight, come monster. Eerie first issue. And then finally, It, or rather supernatural thrillers featuring It. Another Marvel title. The Thing That Couldn't Die. Not Swamp Thing. Not Man Thing. It. And the next row is also mine. And I went with TV and cartoon related #1 issues. Starting with Alf. Alf #1 by Marvel. I'm surprised this was not a Star comic, because that's right in line with their Star Comics gimmick. Photo cover, Alf, first issue. It's actually in really nice shape. Usually the Alf comics are pretty rough. Toxic Crusaders #1. Sam Keith art. Did you know that? That's Sam Keith's artwork. It's unmistakable, actually. And this was a fun show. This cartoon was actually pretty funny. The live action films, not so much. Modern Comics Voltron #1. This is a tough one to find, actually. The Voltron. The Colossal Clash featuring the evil of Lotor. Isis #1 from DC. Some of you may remember Isis from Saturday mornings. CBS Saturday mornings, live action Isis and Shazam. Now in her own magazine. That's a tough one to find in decent shape too. A-Team #1. First collector's item issue. Oh no, don't call it that. All the action, all the thrills, now in their very own Marvel comic. Mr. T very prominent there. And I guess he has snowballs. Maybe those are supposed to be diamonds. I guess you'd have to read the book and find out, wouldn't you? I think Mr. T had his own series with Now Comics too. I think it was Now Comics, right? Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends #1. First appearance of Firestar in comics. Because she's something that the cartoon made up for the show. So they had to put her in. Same deal as with Batgirl, where there was no Batgirl. So they threw her into Detective Comics so that she would be part of the canon. And then finally, Skeleton Warriors. They're bad to the bone. Interesting cartoon. And the action figure series from Playmates is really well sculpted. And still affordable. Relatively affordable, actually, if you're interested. Bone smashing first issue. Skeleton Warriors. And then, of course, that means that the last one is going to be my wife's size again. And she put a run of Weird Science in here. And these are reprints of the original Golden Age ones. I wish we had the Golden Age ones. But man, they're expensive. That's Wood's art. Weird Science number 2. Wood again. He liked to do this thing where he'd have like 3 little kids and like a dog or something, an animal, on the cover, watching whatever's going on. And these are Gladstone reprints. And then number 3. I love the art on these. But again, the Golden Age versions, real expensive. Really, really expensive. Double-sized science fiction, weird science and fantasy. Here's the EC reprints. Number 12. Classic reprint series of EC. And these, like Bronze and Copper Age reprints, are good alternatives if you simply can't afford the Golden Age ones. Totally understandable, as those are unbelievably expensive, some of them. Another Gladstone. This is number 4. This should have been right there, actually. But hey, whatever. And again, just look at the artwork. It's incredible. Nobody does this anymore. It's almost kind of sad. Nobody does this anymore. This type of cover art. Or storytelling. Now you open this up and you read it, and the art will be consistent, and it will be a good story with mature dialogue. And then Weird Fantasy number 13. Incredible science fiction stories. And indeed they are. And indeed, that is the end of the spinner rack. And those are our choices for this month. What do you think? Anyone out there collect Classics Illustrated? Fan of those? Bronze Age horror, maybe? Which is becoming, again, very popular. Golden Age horror is so hard to get. And Silver Age really didn't have any because of the Comics Code Authority. Maybe you're into TV and movie titles, or TV animated and live action titles, I should say. There's no movies here. What struck your fancy this week? What caught your eye? Tell us about it in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. I sure hope that you did. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you are new. All of that good stuff. And if that is it, then what more can I say but thanks for watching. And we will see you again soon.